so let's just take a look at the big players then. We have a breakdown for sure. Cradle formation and XLK very much followed through as a strong indicator of a trend reversal change. Now let's see what we get back above one, if we get a bounce back above 168. Apple clearly was the reason for the season, tapped out. Solid follow through underneath 186, right onto support, and then there it stayed. That's basically the 100-day. So that 177.75, let's call it 178, is now support. This could very, very well bounce this week. Microsoft, gorgeous. Evening star reversal, broke the 10-week, followed right back down exactly to 319. Look at that. Support is gorgeous. I'd say a little tag of 316.50 and then a likely bounce. 316.50 on Microsoft. Is it 100-day? Apple sitting on the 100-day. NVIDIA obviously had a very tough Friday. We got right back inside that 431.69 with a break of the 10-week and the Keltner channel. Very impressive weakness outside of this, channel. Really, really nice. That is impressive. Let's see if we can get back to 389.50. The problem is the other stuff looks like it wants to bounce a little bit. So I need to the semis look much, much weaker. Long story short, Netflix hasn't broken the 10-week. Amazon is the most bid above the 10-week. Meta has come down finally to the 10-week. Oh, beautiful. All right. So that was a very big bearish engulfing. Couldn't get back above and really stay above that 263.55, which is a very important kind of September, October rollover. Looks like it is headed back down to that massive area of support down around 220. Look at that gap. All right. But right now it's sitting on 235. Look at that, 234.72, 235.23. Like, look at XLK, right? This is already broken, beautiful, gorgeous. A lot of that I'm going to assume is going to be semiconductors. But the point is, that's extended. Watch that 168. If it gets back above, very well could bounce into that, 169, 170 area without too much effort right here, right? So it wouldn't surprise me, this 168.50. Right. Point is, I think we might get a little bit of support. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? They're bouncing it into the gap down on Monday is getting bought. So intraday, this is happening. Exactly. Lots and lots of mini bounces on a Monday. Big picture, we still broke the 200, the 10-week. Yeah, so they're bouncing right back up into that 168. I wouldn't be surprised if it heads all the way back up to 169, that kind of thing. That is a very solid bullish engulfing, just FYI. So it overshot the 55 and came right back up to the 3-day. And I am not at all surprised if this thing tags 431 in the next day or two. Okay, Klarman, Seth Klarman, actually he's out of Boston. If I remember correctly, has just increased his stake in Amazon. And it's the best looking one because of this gorgeous, well, first of all, anything above 126.26, right here. It's gorgeous. Anything above that is good. Massive earnings beat, 139.80, digestion, didn't even come down and tag 136.5. Anyway, long story short, once it gets back above 139.80, we have room for higher. So I would say, given the fact that we are now with a Amazon news of Seth Klarman, and we have some bounces this morning. Yeah, that actually came out this morning, so hasn't moved very much at all. This is the August chop. Anyway, Amazon is getting a little bit of follow through. But that news of Seth Klarman making a stake is already there. Tesla is not having much of a bounce off of that 234.72. It's up $3, $4, but not very exciting. Semis definitely look like they have potential for a little bit more. In other words, here's NVIDIA, right? Gap fill is 423.33. But that's a bullish engulfing, so it wouldn't surprise me if we, head back up to that 431. Meta bounce on that. Pretty much they all look the same. Intraday bounces. Okay, Tesla's getting a little bit more of a bounce. Basically, it's the intraday bounces that I see. Perfect little bounce on a Monday morning gap down. Just be careful because when they break, this was a very, very strong trend line rejection, but it wasn't really at risk until it got below that 10 week. So now that's below the 10 week, having a little bit of a bounce. You want to see the bounce rejected. If we get going though this week, this could head right back up to 250. 250 would still be resistance. Yeah, NVIDIA so far has been that strongest bounce this morning. Still pushing up into that gap fill of 423.33. Wouldn't surprise me if it overshoots a little bit, but that would be probably it for today. But that's still pretty strong push. XLK and semis, strong little bounces intraday, but gorgeous weekly breakdowns. Little bounce on that level, but we haven't quite broken out yet. If we can get above 179, we can have a little bit of a flyer. Apple looking a little better above that 179, but Tesla, the nice little support at 234.72, pushing up now 239, has the most option flow, usual, customary, but hasn't even gone green yet. There we go. NVIDIA has gap filled 423.33. All right, so we have the usual suspects, I guess. Qs, NVIDIA, now Apple. It is bouncing on a Monday after 2 weeks down, and it has not broken. Just did a gap fill. That's it. So the put spreads into that 301.77 area. It literally overshot a little bit, and then it bounced right back up, and it looks pretty productive as an intraday bounce. Look at all the Bollinger Band, right? Saves intraday. Basically 299. NVIDIA. Oh my goodness. It's pushing up there now. I thought it would be this week. I said tomorrow. All right. Anyway, Tesla off 234.72. How's Apple doing? Trying to get above 179. Amazon, Google, same thing. Little intraday bounces. Finally getting a little follow through from Amazon on Seth Klarman, which plus the market in general, and they're just chases, but they absolutely, from this morning, are working. So whether it's NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon, Google, Tesla, all the FANG stocks are definitely having a little bounce. Not too shabby. They're coming in and following through on this. Almost 11, and we absolutely have some follow through on Amazon, Apple. Sorry, look on the chase side. Here's that 170. Here's the Amazon, anything above this 138 area. Meta, 300 reversal, Sharp, NVIDIA, Sharp follow through. It even got through the 423.33, which basically an overshoot is one thing, but this is straight up. So very strong.